house party sold out a New York City arena.
We made history, baby. We in the Barclays Center, we made history.
We went viral, it was fire foreign. If Duce Palooza, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Duce Palooza's organizers say it is the first time anyone has ever done it.
All right, so 15 years ago, you and I were sitting on the 6th floor in BET.
Yes.
Did you ever think that, you know, at this point we'd be here?
No, not at all. I didn't fathom any of this stuff. I didn't think I'd be hosting parties, events, aligned with a billionaire that owns his own company.
You know, no big deal.
No, none of that's big.
Humble,
No, yeah, none of that. I wasn't imagining any of this, and I think that's why it's such a good thing to reflect on, because this wasn't the plan.
So what we gonna do in 2020? We gonna kill this. We gonna run this.
How does it feel to you to see like a new crop of young black guys doing this sort of thing on this level, and then have the endorsement of Jay-Z?
I mean, I would guess if I was in their position as a young entrepreneurs and club promoters and part of this industry, to get the thumbs up from Jay and Jay giving you a platform to do something this dope, I mean, what is left to do at that point?
Those guys been putting on for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, they throw the hottest events, you know, they have the hottest artists coming out, so, you know, it's a part of the culture. It's legendary, you know what I'm saying?
It all began here on December 28, 2012, in founder Kameron McCullough's Harlem basement.
I can tell you every single thing about that day. The days leading up to it, everything was a snowstorm. I literally, everything. It was amazing.
Literally making them the definition of.
How do you come up with Palooza?
It was Cam's idea.
I need a Nikki like Safari.
Cam jokingly named it that, and the requirements to get into the party were you bring a bottle of cognac or you bring a box of chicken. That's literally how the night started, and we invited some of our close friends, hashtagged it, put it on social media, sent the flyer out, and people came, showed up. 2012 for me and my friends wasn't the best year. I think I had gotten laid off earlier in the year, and Cam had lost his job, you know, prior. As a collective, we just didn't have the best year. And we wanted to end the year on a high note. We wanted to end the year around family, friends, good vibes, free stuff, sorry. So we decided to throw the party, and we decided to create our own narrative and have our own fun. Celebrate each other in the way we were supposed to, despite us having setbacks and suffering L's. That's why we did it. We didn't have money to go to the club. We didn't have money to go to take vacations, whatever. So it's like, yo, let's have a game night. Doing what we do has turned into this is what we do. I would not change any of that action.
The next year, the party went from Cameron's basement to an art gallery in Manhattan.
It turned into a event. We rented out a space in LES all because we like Hennessy. So when you see this man right here with the white tee on, the beanie, make sure you show him some respect.
In 2014, it grew big enough to fill a live music venue, New York's Tammany Hall. By this time, the event was branded as Henny Palooza. For the next 3 years, they toured internationally under that name.
We've been to St. Martin, we've been to Houston, we've been to Detroit, Chicago, LA, DC, Philly, Boston, Oakland.
But the party's founders never forged an official partnership with Moet Hennessy. So in 2017, they started talking with Lenny S., the senior vice president of Jay-Z's entertainment management company, Roc Nation.
Yeah, they were looking for us for a minute, and Lenny is the connection to Duce Palooza and Roc Nation. Me and Lenny have been friends for about 10, 12 years, and he's always supported everything we've done. And he said, yo, these guys need to be over there. And just so happens, Jay was thinking the same thing. One thing leads to another, and here we are. We're in his house.
It's a big moment, but it's our job, and it's what we do. Treat it as such today. Please be respectful of all staff, security, production hands, people who are working.
You want to feel like you're at the family reunion, you want to feel like you're having fun with friends, and I feel like that exudes from the team, and then everybody else feels that when they walk in here.
Austin Mills was able to leave his 9-to-5 at a digital marketing company.
I got to tell my boss, like, you know what, I got an offer to go to Europe, to Germany, and I was like, you know what, let me just do this and like go full force. Yeah.
So a leap of faith.
Yeah, a leap
right?
of faith, yeah, for sure.
How important is that for you?
It's important because sometimes if you don't take that chance, the opportunity won't happen again. So you gotta just go with your gut instinct.
And that's how you recognize the moment from your trusting your gut.
Exactly.
Known as Ravi B, Raven Verona has been with the team since 2015.
And at the time, it was all guys. So I was like, I'm super down being the only girl. You guys are kind of like my brothers already. And then it just kind of blossomed into this insane production.
After a conversation with Cam, she decided to take her leap, quitting her full-time gig at a property management company.
And I always tell people, if you're gonna quit your job, you should just have a plan. Like, everybody needs like a plan. I don't know what that plan is for you because you're creating your own blueprint, but as long as you kind of have a plan on like how much money you wanna make or the things you wanna do, I think it's a lot smoother.
What's a smoother transition than shooting for Beyonce and Jay-Z and making history of her own?
I recently shot Gabrielle Union for Amazon, and I found out that I was the first woman of color to shoot her. She was just very adamant too about like having a woman of color shooter. At the shoot, she like reassured me and told me I didn't even know, but it was also like I was pretty honored because I feel like when I started out, there weren't a lot of people that looked like me doing what I did.
The whole experience has reshaped Chris Styles' life, who has hosted for Beyonce, Jay-Z, and the NBA. Chris, who recently lost his dad, has gained a support system that goes far beyond work.
How it all started, actually, low-key was running the city. Every show, every party, every event, and he was already doing Palooza. I was just like, yo, just kind of like how I piggybacked into this
conversation.
Right. So that was my inception into it. You know, I'm just like, hey man, look, you running it. Like, can I get a shot? Okay. He saw me work a few times. He was like, I'll give you the first 2 hours. I was like, word?
He turned that 2 hours into a final standard position. And he's been a thorn in my ass, but rightfully so. And see how basic I am. Like, you see how, like I'm gray sweatsuit, but here he come with the leather, with the
MacBook versus Dell.
Yeah, that's the energy
That's why it works.
That's what works. What is Palooza without this kid?
Where would I be without?
Nah, that's my brother. It's my brother right here, man. You know.
If you're having a good time right now, please make some noise.
For Nile, who always wanted to be a radio talent, the experience led him to hosting a show on Apple's Beats One Radio.
As you can see, you know where I'm at, Beats One, New York City, filling for Ebro, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I got a Beats One banger from Mr. Jesus is King himself, Kanye West.
And when he lost his mom, the Palooza fam was right behind him.
If you can't learn from your adversity, then what are you learning from? Success is only going to teach you but so much.
But you can appreciate the success when you've been through such hell, for what it's worth.
Everybody in here has suffered an L or two or whatever the case is. But it's the drive and the passion and the love for the culture and their friends succeeding is why we are here, which is why we can do this.
For all of the ups, downs, laughs, and in-betweens, for the little crew that could, there is still so much more to conquer, pushing the culture forward.
It was more important to just be here, and one of the things that I appreciate about this show and about the audience is the bridging of the gaps between generations and genres. It started by guys and girls who have a reverence for the era that I came to prominence in, but it's carried on, and what you have in the audience is people who are much younger but are willing to be guided. I saw some aunties and grandmas.
More arenas. Nah, man, we just got done with our arena show, and you know, we're trying to move into a space of arenas and amphitheaters as a whole, which is, you know, the next foregoing thing, but the immediate stuff, I mean, we'll see what happens. The next step for us is really globalizing the brand and making Duce Palooza the global brand that it is. When we envision scale, it's not necessarily going and doing the Barclays Center in 6 other places. I think it's really spreading the gospel of what we do, experience, party, everything else. I think that's our next step, and with that will come all of the other fruits that we want to bear.
For InsideEdition.com, I'm Stephanie Officer.